So, may I help you, miss? Yes, Dr. Malinus I come and ask you for laws of Mary? He asked, the better I know Marinus, thinks Jacob, the less I understand him. He asked, bid Domburger give you 6 sprogs of laws of Mary? Over here then, in the herb garden. He leads her down the path, unable to think of a single pleasantry that doesn't sound terminally inane. She asks, why Mr. Dazuto worked today as Dejima gardener? The truth is that he lost a gambling debt and he has to pay it back by working for the day in the garden. Because, the pastor's nephew lies through his teeth, I enjoy a garden's company. And as a boy, he leavens his lie with some truth, I worked in a relative's orchard. We cultivated the first plum trees ever to grow in our village. In village of Domburg, she says, in province of Zeeland. You are most kind to remember. Jacob breaks off a half-dozen young sprigs, and here you are. And for a priceless coin of time, their hands are linked by few inches of fragrant herb, witnessed by a dozen blood-orange sunflowers. I don't want a purchased courtesan, he thinks. I wish to earn you. Yes, he's got this fiancée back in Zealand, but it's 5 years away and a very far off, and men are men, and don't hold it too much against him. He's kind of basically a good guy. Thank you. She smells the herb. Rosemary has meaning. Jacob blesses his foul-breathed martinet of a Latin master back in Middleburg. Its Latin name is Rosmarinus, wherein ros is dew. Dew. Would you know the word dew? She frowns and shakes her head a little, and her parasol spins slowly. Dew is water. Water found early in the morning before the sun burns it away. A midwife understands. Adieu. We say asatsuyu. Jacob knows he shall never forget the word asatsuyu so long as he lives. Well then, Ros being dew and Marinus meaning ocean, Ros Marinus is dew of the ocean. And old people say that rosemary thrives, grows well, only when it can hear the ocean. The story pleases her. Is it true tale? It may be, let time stop, Jacob wishes. It may be prettier than it is true. So meaning of Marinus is sea? So Dr. Marinus is Dr. Ocean? You could say so, yes. Does your name, Iba Gawa, have a meaning? Iba is indigo. Her pride in her name is plain, and Gawa is river. So you are an indigo river. You sound like a poem. And you, Jacob tells himself, sound like a flirty lecture. Rosemary is also a woman's Christian name, I mean a given name. So my own given name is strange to sound casual. Jacob. She swivels her head to show puzzlement. What is Jacob? It's the name my parents gave me. Jacob. My full name is Jacob de Zoot. I must apologise to Randy. I chose a title for my book especially to confuse my introducers. And it's Zoot in Dutch, but you did a really good mid-Atlantic kind of version of it. She gives a cautious nod. Jacobu Dazuto. I wish, he thinks, spoken words could be captured and kept in a locket. My pronounce, Miss Ibergout asks, is not very good. No, you're perfect. You're perfect in every way. I mean, your pronounce is perfect. Crickets scritter and clerk in the garden's low walls of stones. I put occasionally these made onomatopoeic verbs in just to get my translators back. As, they sort of spend half a morning on the internet, scritter, I can't find it anywhere. And then they email me and I say, well, I made it up, sorry. It's just envy because they're so clever. They're usually novelists themselves, or they have brains the size of planets and speak many languages, and monoglot me is deeply envious. Miss Ibergawa, Jacob swallows, what is your given name? She makes him wait. My name from mother and father is Olito. The breeze twists a coil of her hair around its finger. She looks down. Doctor is waiting. Thank you for rosemary. Jacob says, you're most welcome, and doesn't dare say more. She takes 3 or 4 paces and turns back. I forget a thing. She reaches into her sleeve and produces a fruit, the size and hue of an orange, but smooth as hairless skin. From my garden. I bring many to Dr. Malinus, so he asked I take one to Mr. Dazuto. It is kaki. So in Japanese, persimmon is a kaki. Kaki. She rests it on the crook of the scarecrow's shoulder. Kaki. Robespierre, and I shall eat it later, thank you. Her wooden slippers crunch the friable earth as she walks along the path. Act, implores the ghost of future regret. I shan't give you another chance. Jacob hurries past the tomatoes and catches her up near the gate. Miss Ibergawa, I must ask you to forgive me. She has turned and has one hand on the gate. Why forgive? For what I now say. The marigolds are molten. You are beautiful. Her mouth opens and closes. She takes a step back into the wicket gate. It rattles. The guard swings it open. Oh, you damned fool, groans the demon of present regret. What have you done? Crumpling, burning and freezing, Jacob retreats, but the garden is quadrupled in length, and it may take a wandering Jew's eternity before he reaches the cucumbers, where he kneels behind a screen of dock leaves, where the snail on the pail flexes its stumpy horns, where ants take patches of rhubarb leaf along the shaft of the hoe, and he wishes the earth might spin backward to the moment when she appeared, asking for rosemary, and he would do it all again, and he would do it all differently. Stop there, thank you. Is this stage left?
Or the stage right?
Is this stage right? I've forgotten. Do you say stage left?
Are we okay sitting here? I was just told to sit in whatever chair he doesn't pick, so
and I'm on,
we're good.
And I'm on book tour mode, and I can't think or make any kind of decision on my own or remember which is left and right. So
you can call the washing machine.
The washing machine would know.
Pick seat. So, David, for the next little while, I'd like to ask you some questions about the 1000 Autumns of Jacob de Zoet. And I'd like to begin, I think, by asking you where the origins of this book came from. You said in one of your sides that picking a man-made island that was by design intended to barricade the people there away from the mainland was an anti-plot device.
Yes, it was.
Doesn't strike me as the most natural way to start writing a book, but maybe you could just tell us where you came up with the idea of this novel. That's
just because I only realised it was an anti-plot device about 18 months into writing the book after I'd spent the advance. In 1994, I was 24 and I went backpacking in the west of Japan. And as usual, I didn't have any money. I was in Nagasaki, and the Lonely Planet had said, if you don't have any money, then go to Chinatown. So I did, but I couldn't read the signs very well, so I got off at the wrong streetcar stop. Do you say streetcar here, or is it a tram?
Streetcar.
Is this true? Yeah, okay. I take nothing for granted.